And the reason for the call today is not necessarily to teach you how to use it, although you will learn a lot. The idea of this call, it came from the fact that I gave a presentation to a real estate office where basically they gave me 10 minutes to talk, and they were just blown away. It like blew up their whole sales meeting because they didn't want to talk about anything else after this. So I'm really thinking that this is an excellent entree to get into a real estate office where they're going to just think that you hung the moon. So I'm going to try to share my screen. This is always fun. Okay. And then we're going to do, let's see, slideshow from the beginning. Okay. Okay, does everybody see that ChatGPT splash page full screen? All right. Okay, so here we go. Oh, we got a couple latecomers. Here we go. Let me let them in. All right. So Patty's on the call. Okay. Done. Okay, so what is artificial intelligence? So artificial intelligence is the ability of a computer to do tasks that are usually done by humans because they require human intelligence and discernment. And we're going to talk a little bit about the difference between AI and Google or Siri or something like that. So here's the idea. Real estate agents will not be replaced by AI, but the agents not using AI will be replaced by the ones who do. So that's the power statement when you're given this presentation, and I really think it's true. So OpenAI is the company that it's Elon Musk and his partner that came up with this ChatGPT. ChatGPT is the actual application that we're using. So most of my presentations, I like to have more of a discussion and I like to use fewer words on the screen, but I could not do that. This is all about words, so there's a lot of words. Bear with me. So the app is constantly improving. We're all the way up to ChatGPT 4 with broad knowledge and domain expertise. GPT-4 can follow complex instructions in natural language and solve difficult problems with accuracy. The amazing thing is that it took Instagram 75 days to get 1 million users, and it took ChatGPT just 5 days, and it had 1 million users. So I think it's up to 100 million now. Okay, so ChatGPT capabilities and limitations. Unlike a search engine like Google, where every search needs to start from scratch, ChatGPT can take follow-up instructions. This is very powerful. So you could say, you know, explain to me or make me a guide for buying a home in Alpharetta, Georgia, and then you can then update it and say a home with a swimming pool or a home in a swim tennis neighborhood or a home that is in the best school districts, and you can constantly hone your search where you can't do that with Google without starting over. The limitations are that sometimes ChatGPT may misinterpret the prompt. The prompt is the command that you give and give false information. Also, the data it uses may be 12 to 24 months old. This is improving with each update. Okay, how can ChatGPT help realtors with their business? Number one, market research. ChatGPT can gather data on the real estate market trends and consumer behavior. Email marketing, it can write beautiful emails. Local area guides, we're going to see examples of these. Area comparisons, comparing one city to another. Advantages over the competition. Why should they list their house with me instead of Remax or Keller Williams? ChatGPT will give you those comparisons, and an agent can use that to their advantage. They love that. Social media post, it will do an entire content calendar. It's amazing. Listing descriptions. You can write a beautiful listing description. It can be any particular size, or it can be for an advertisement. And it can write prospecting scripts if you're trying to go after for sale by owner or an expired listing. So all of this has the tone that we're talking to a real estate agent. Okay, as far as social media content, I use it now. It's a huge time saver. I have 9,000 followers on Instagram, a total of about 18,000 followers through 4 different platforms. ChatGPT helps me write the descriptions for the videos. It can put together an effective social media calendar. You can say, hey, I want to boost my Instagram over the next 90 days. Can you put together a calendar of what I need to do? And it will map it out day by day. Can write just some examples. You could write a LinkedIn post about how you gave over-the-top service to a client. You could write a Facebook post about jokes about real estate agents. ChatGPT could write a 600-word blog post about 5 different reasons to move to Dallas, Texas. Whatever you want, it can do it, and we're going to see examples that are going to blow you away. Okay, the prompt is the most important part. That's the part that's in basically the search box. You need to pose that as a specific question so that it will help ChatGPT understand your intent and generate more relevant responses. You want to keep it concise, and you want to make it open-ended. So here's an example right here. Write about how to house train a dog. You can give it a particular voice and say a better prompt is, as a professional dog trainer, write an email to a client who has a 3-month-old corgi about the activities they should do to house train their puppy. See how specific that is? It's going to give you the results you want. Okay, so we're ready for some real examples. Okay, listen to this. Write a beautiful listing description of 100 words for selling the house at 335 Miss Water Trace in Alpharetta, Georgia. Okay, welcome to 335 Miss Water Trace, a stunning and spacious home in the heart of Alpharetta, Georgia. This elegant residence features a gourmet kitchen, formal dining room, cozy family room with fireplace. The main level also includes a bedroom and full bath, perfect for guests. The upper level boasts a spacious owner's suite, 3 additional bedrooms. The fully finished terrace level includes a full kitchen, bedroom, full bathroom, plenty of storage. Enjoy the large, flat backyard, perfect for outdoor entertaining. Located in a sought-after neighborhood, this home is just minutes away from top-rated schools, shopping, and dining. Schedule a tour today to make this beautiful house your forever home. So it wrote that entire thing just off me asking it for the listing description. I mean, if I didn't already own this house, I'd want to buy this house. So who thinks, raise your hand if you think this is slightly impressive. And it took it 25 seconds. So it's a tremendous time saver. So when I showed this to the listing agents, they or the real estate agents at Revolve, that's the name of the company I was talking to, they were blown away. Write a Facebook post about a painful lesson when trying to get a mortgage to buy a house that ended up in success. Well, it wrote this whole story. After a long and challenging journey, I finally closed on my dream home. The road to getting a mortgage was not easy. I learned some tough lessons along the way. And I'm not going to read the whole thing. I also discovered the value of working with a knowledgeable and trustworthy lender who guided me through the process and helped me understand the ins and outs of the mortgage industry. To anyone going through the home buying process, I encourage you to stay positive, stay persistent, and never give up. The journey may be tough, but the reward at the end is priceless. And it gave me hashtags too. So is that a great story to post on Facebook?
What's great about it is there's no specifics. There's no specifics in here at all.
Right.
They learned a lesson about that it was hard and they didn't give up, but not what was hard. This is brilliant, Stephen. Oh my gosh.
So the other thing is you can put it in a particular voice or light. So then I could say, write it with a positive tone, write it on an 8th grade reading level, write it as if you were an expert. That's the amazing part. I mean, if they had this when I would have passed high school the first 2 times if they'd have had this. Okay, what if I want to write an email? Write an email of 200 words giving an update on the real estate market of Cobb County. So it writes this beautiful email for me. Maybe I want to send this out to my customers who are sitting on the fence or just want to keep in touch. And it tells them, I hope you're doing well. It gives you the subject. It says, I hope you're doing well. I wanted to share an update on the current state of Cobb County, Georgia real estate market and to keep you make an informed decision about property investments or purchases in the area. And then it gives them some bullet points about home prices, how they're moving, inventory levels. Cobb County is in a seller's market. I mean, the whole country is, right? With low inventory and high demand, sellers have more negotiating power. Days on the market is now averaging 20 days. Here are the popular neighborhoods. In conclusion, the real estate market in Cobb County remains strong, and now is a great time to buy or sell. If you have any questions, give me a assistance. So you can put this together with sources. Now, another thing that I could have done is said, quote data from NAR, National Association of Realtors, and it will quote data and source it. It will say, 20 days on the market according to NAR. So really, really powerful stuff. It would take you more than 30 seconds to put that email together. Who's impressed? Raise your hand. More importantly, I'm not trying to impress you. What I'm trying to do is have you impress the real estate agents. Don't you think they'll be impressed by that? Well, they were. My group was. Okay, here's another.
Stephen, can you go back? Can you go back and edit any of the scripting?
Absolutely. And that's an excellent point. So what I would do is not blindly cut and paste the script. What I would do is edit it, proof it and edit it, because it may give an erroneous data point and it'll be erroneous because of the time. So it may say something like with mortgage rates hovering around 3.5% because it's out of date. So you want to definitely change that. But yeah, you can edit anything. If you set up your free account, you can just type in the prompt, it types it, and I cut and pasted this just as plain text. Okay, how about this? So pretend you're a real estate agent. So I'm going to call on Megan. So Megan, put on your real estate agent hat. So have you ever had a customer think about listing their home with you, but they're also talking to another real estate company?
Yes.
And you're thinking, gosh, they're kind of like me, same kind of company setup, but you need some helpful pointers to really give them a great listing presentation. Well, I just typed in here, give me 5 advantages that a home seller would have listing their house with Revolve Real Estate rather than EXP. And if I were you and I was giving this presentation to a real estate company, whoever they are, if they're Keller Williams, Remax, whatever, I would put them in there and then their competition, because they're going to love seeing this. So it just so happens that Revolve Real Estate is a small local real estate company in Marietta, Georgia, with about 20 agents. So This gave me the advantages. Local market knowledge. A real estate agency with a strong local presence, such as Revolve Real Estate, may have a deeper understanding of the local housing market and community, which can help them price and market the home effectively. Well, that's true, and they love hearing it. So, and flexibility. Smaller agencies may be more agile and adaptable than larger agents, the larger ones, allowing them to quickly adjust to changing market conditions or client needs. This can be particularly important in a rapidly changing real estate market. So when I'm reading this, they're all like shaking their head going, oh yeah, this is fantastic. Or, I didn't think of that, or something like that. So this can be something that they just do for their own research when they're trying to get a listing appointment. They have the listing appointment, they're trying to actually get the listing. Does that sound good? Are you kind of thinking in your head, like, what do I do when I'm quoting interest rates against Rocket Mortgage? Same thing. You can do this for yourself. What are 10 advantages to buying a home in Sandy Springs, Georgia versus Roswell, Georgia? So now, Megan, you've got a listing in Sandy Springs, Georgia, and the agents, the buyer's agent says, yeah, but they're also like this home in Roswell, Georgia. And you're like, damn, I want them to buy my listing. So you can print this up. Housing prices according to Zillow as of September 2021. All right, it's a little outdated. The median home value in Sandy Springs was $617, where in Roswell it's only $487. Or you look down here, parks and recreation. Both Sandy Springs and Roswell have several parks, but Sandy Springs tends to have more amenities and larger parks. And crime rate, Sandy Springs has a slightly lower crime rate than Roswell, which may be important if those are concerned about safety and security, which we all are. So you see these bullet points that it can give you as an aid to help you sell. How about this? You've got a customer coming in, you've got a relocation customer coming in from Dallas, Texas, relocating to Marietta, Georgia. All this, I'm actually in Atlanta. All this stuff says Marietta because Revolve Real Estate was in Marietta. They're relocating to Marietta, Georgia from Dallas, Texas. And I want to include major attractions and best restaurants. Well, it wrote off, I had a hard time squeezing this on the screen, but it wrote this entire guide that the agent can send them. Congratulations on your decision to move to Marietta, Georgia from Dallas, Texas. Marietta is a beautiful city that is rich in history and culture. It is known for its beautiful architecture, stunning parks, numerous attractions. This guide will provide you with information and that you need to make your transition as smooth as possible, including information on the city's major attractions, best restaurants, and more. And it does that. It does it as a comparison to Dallas so that they'll get a warm and fuzzy when moving here. What do you think about that? And lastly, you can ask it, what were the top 15 dance songs in the 1980s? Who doesn't know these songs? Come on, who doesn't know these songs? So what do you guys think? Is this a powerful tool? Everybody's muted.
Yeah, I mean, you can, as you pointed out, give a whole new level of customer service that feels like it's taken hours upon hours and lots of money for literally 15 minutes.
So who's who's going to give me something that I can search, a problem or something that's going to help them, or social media or anything? Nobody. What if you've got a customer, and I'm going to do this blindly, so God only knows what's going to come up here. Where can I get additional cash to put down on a new home. Can you still see the screen?
While this is thinking, you had mentioned the free version. I'm assuming there's a paid version.
So yeah, so here's the thing. So the paid version and the free version are exactly the same software. The difference is access, because what happens is it only has room for like 100 million people at one time, and everybody's trying to get on during the business day. So there will be times with the free version where it tells you that it's booked up, check back in 5 minutes. And that could be frustrating. But the actual results and everything are exactly the same. So tell me, does this give us some decent, are these true or is this bogus?
Have you tried this for checking underwriting guidelines?
I have not.
On it, be right back.
So what do you think? Personal savings, gifts, retirement funds, sale of assets, proceeds? Does anybody hate like writing the personal notes or anything like that? Write an email thanking a borrower, a borrower for closing. If I could type, I'd be dangerous.
All right, I asked, can I use rental income from my departing residents to qualify for a new FHA mortgage loan? And the response is, as an AI language model, I do not have the ability to provide legal advice. We can probably ask something more specific about underwriting guidelines.
Meg, can you can you specify what the new loan type is, and maybe then it reads the guidelines?
That was, yeah, let me ask it in a different way.
So, things like just researching data doesn't really take advantage of the artificial intelligence part of it, because all you're doing is retrieving something. That's like, you can Google that. So you realize, so Google, you type in a question and then it gives you sources, and you can go and you can look it up on the Fannie Mae website, or you can watch a video or whatever. Okay, but I want it to create something. So look at this. So you want to write an email thanking a borrower after a closing. Well, this writes something really nice. I hope this email finds you well. I wanted to take a moment to personally thank you for choosing our company and to help you secure. And it just writes something, and it's really nice. But what if you wanted to do this? Think of the applications before you laugh at me. And I say, in the voice of Jerry Seinfeld. Does everybody know who Jerry Seinfeld is?
That's great.
What's the deal with closing loans? One day you're gathering paperwork, and the next thing you know, you're a homeowner. Well, let me tell you. What do you think about that?
Master of your domain.
In the voice of an expert engineer. I don't think we'll get any jokes. Okay, you get the idea. It's really spooky. You could say like in 18th century Old English language. I mean, it can just do anything. So here's the thing. So use this for your agents and you give a presentation, and even though it's pretty simple to figure out, they're going to be blown away. And you can come up with your own scenarios. So before we wrap up, does anybody have any ideas on something that you could do for an agent presentation that I didn't necessarily do? Come on, give me one or two good ideas.
Best ways to source new home buyers?
Okay, the best way to source new home buyers. Okay, that would give them so that is a good idea. What else? Anybody else? Just so give me new ideas to market a home. Give me ways to put together some sort of listing flyer. You know, anything like that. Really, what you want to do is expand on the creativity of it. So it'll give you all of that. This is really neat.
What about if you were helping a realtor, having it make a suggestion for the most popular thank you gifts they could give a new home buyer?
Okay, I love it. I'm going to do that next. Come up with an Instagram campaign to help sell a new listing.
I mean, the fact that we'll come up with the campaign for you, that's the verbiage of what you're going to be posting, and then the calendar timeframe of what you're going to be posting.
Yeah, it'll come up. If I use the word calendar, it'll put it on a calendar. This will give them incredible ideas so that they can add this to their listing presentation. When they go to make it to the seller, they can say, look, I do an Instagram campaign, and this is what I do. And the people will be like, oh, wow, that's pretty comprehensive. That really sounds, you know, pre-launch teaser, launch announcement. You've seen agents do this, and it gives them the hashtags that it's already vetted out. Share daily posts which showcase different aspects of the property. Now, of course, we're in markets where the home sells so quickly, you don't have to do a lot of promotion, but it still gives a really nice presentation. So what, Tamara, you said something about closing gifts?
Yeah, just see if it gives you ideas for like the top rated or the most popular gifts to give as a thank you to a new home buyer.
How about under $100?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
For a buyer that bought a home out in the country. I hope it doesn't think I'm saying out of the country. Let's see. If you do this late at night, it's 5 times faster. Look at this, a doormat, a bird feeder, a local produce basket. Gardening tools. These are all things that people that bought a home out in the country would love to have and that are under $100. All right, whose mind is not blown away? Do you think that if you put this in Google, it would send you to like the Home Depot website or something like it'll send you to stores that sell stuff. But I mean, that doesn't help you. You still got to decide what you're going to buy. This is telling you what to buy.
So in your opinion of using this, is this AI software going to kind of replace SEO marketing out there because it's going to get around Home Depot who paid to come up for gifts or whatever now, and it's actually going to scour everything?
So that's, yeah. So right now the big talk is what marketing are we doing that's going to be completely turned on its head, completely upside down, and that's one of them. And this, speaking of SEO, this will do SEO as well, for your videos or whatever you're posting. What I like is that I can then I make videos for Instagram, and then I can have it write the description. I could say, write me an Instagram description that that's about home buyers who need to lower their debts, and it will come up with a beautifully written description where I may putz around with it for half an hour. It's going to come up with it in 3 minutes, and then I can make an edit that maybe takes me 2 minutes and just change some of the verbiage, and then it's ready to go, and it has the hashtags, and I'm just cutting and pasting. And then I take the same video and I put it on LinkedIn, and I ask it for a description for LinkedIn, and then it has a more of a business-minded description. And it doesn't have the little emojis and all that, and it makes it more business-like, and it knows that. And you know what? I know it too, and I could do it myself, but I can't do it in 90 seconds.
I saw where Microsoft's version of this, the competitor, came out today, and it's supposedly going to be attached to the Microsoft suite that we all have on our computers. So I'm curious how that's going to impact utilization of one versus the other.
Right, and I saw this special on CNBC before I came in, where there's this this huge artificial intelligence race going on, and Microsoft's one of the big players, and Oracle's another big player, and you're going to have these big companies, and it's going to get better and better and better. I know at the end of the line, somebody's going to say, and then what happens when the computers decide they don't need the people? But let's hope we're a long way away from that.